Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Ethereum, and we're going to be looking at its valuation against USD and Bitcoin. So if you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So we've been following Ethereum quite closely for months now. And one of the things I want to talk about is, we have started to retrace some. And this is pretty typical when Bitcoin continues to test the 20-week moving average, as we've said for weeks now, right? Every time that Bitcoin goes back and retests the 20-week moving average, we would expect the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio to fall. Once Bitcoin moves back up and then starts to move sideways, whether it's here, this is when the Ethereum valuation can start marching up again against Bitcoin. This is my opinion. It's based on the data that we've observed, right? The data that we can look at. We see that, okay, when Bitcoin's above the 20-week, Ethereum does quite well, but when Bitcoin retraces close to the 20-week, this is when altcoins, I don't really consider Ethereum an altcoin, but this is when the rest of the market tends to retrace. Every time Bitcoin retests it, you would expect a lot of altcoins and Ethereum to slowly lose valuation against Bitcoin, and this is what we continue to see. I think we did see a small bubble that happened in the summer of 2020. Obviously, it was not as high as we wanted it to go, but this is again the reason why you take profits at every stage of a bubble. We don't know how high it's going to go, and therefore it's important to dynamically DCA profits from one coin to another to just offset that risk. This is the main point of the channel. The Ethereum Bitcoin risk reached 0.6 up here, which is why I converted some Ethereum to Bitcoin, corresponding to a small fraction, of course. It was only a small fraction of my Ethereum. But in any case, you look back and you say, okay, I'm glad I did that. At the time, it's easy to get greedy and say it's going to continue to go up forever. But we look back and say, okay, if we stick to the math, we stick to the risk levels, this is what tends to work out time and time again. So what we're looking for now is, will this play in the fourth quarter of the year in December happen again? Okay, we've seen it happen many times. The valuation, if you buy Ethereum in December with Bitcoin, it tends to have a pretty good return by the first quarter of the year. This one was around 1,800%. Here was one buying in December, selling in the first quarter, so just up here, 660%. Here was another one, a return of 373%. Again, another one, 80%. We said, you know what? This seems to happen every single year. Let's see if it happens this year. Back in December, I said this is a pretty good, I think this is a generally good reaccumulation phase for Ethereum. We can see that it tends to do pretty well if you buy in December with your Bitcoin and then convert it back to Bitcoin in the first quarter of the year. And we saw a nice 62% move against Bitcoin, an even larger move against USD. So, with that said, are we setting up for yet another move like this? Well, it depends on what Ethereum does, okay? So if Ethereum comes up here into a bubble, then, by December, it probably would not make sense to convert Bitcoin to Ethereum. In fact, we would probably be wanting to go the other way. However, if the market continues to do this, where it continues to retest the 20-week moving average and move sideways, if Ethereum just kind of moves sideways for a while and maybe goes down a little, then it could present another timely opportunity in December for an Ethereum buy with Bitcoin, and then a nice move in the first quarter of the year, something like that. So this is what we're going to be on the lookout for. I don't know if I really can't say if this opportunity will present itself. We'll know in like 2 to 2.5 months if it's presenting itself or not. But we want to at least be on the lookout for it. As I said before, I think this is our general reaccumulation range, right? If you scroll down, this was our main accumulation range down here. I said we were going to come up into this level. We either bubble up here and come down, or we just come up and move sideways. I think we saw a small bubble, obviously not as large as one we would have wanted to see. But at this point, if we do move sideways, it could present a key opportunity again to purchase Ethereum with Bitcoin. Don't underestimate how quickly Ethereum can get moving, right? Don't underestimate it, because once it starts moving, it's easy for people to just FOMO into the market. If we take a look at the Ethereum USD valuation, we can see that it is back within our logarithmic regression band. Anytime that we're up here above it, a lot of people are sad they didn't buy more within the regression band. But when we get back into it, the same people are wondering, oh, should I buy? So the general thing for me, right, during this phase of the cycle is it's generally a good time to DCA Ethereum. You can see that when we're within the regression band, it usually is only a short period of time before we're out of it, and you would realize a generally large ROI. Again, this is not financial advice, but it's just looking at historical data. Obviously, we could come back down. The fair value of Ethereum, according to the regression band, is 263, with a lower bound of 185 and an upper bound of 375 for this regression band. So we're currently at 353, well within our regression band. So the main thing we want to do is obviously just follow Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin can move back up, back up into this region and just start moving sideways, whether it's at 11K or 11.5, this is what I think Ethereum would need to start performing very well again against Bitcoin. Yeah, there's going to be any day where it could have a good day or a bad day, but to see a sustained growth against Bitcoin, to see a sustained growth where it does something like this, we want Bitcoin to be further away from the 20-week moving average and either moving sideways or slowly moving up. Okay, this is what we would want to see. And right now, Bitcoin is still relatively close to the 20-week, so I would not anticipate too much of a breakout for Ethereum, tomorrow, right? I mean, it could go up a few percentage points, of course, but the main thing to look out for, I think, will be, can Bitcoin hold this level? Can it maintain itself above the 20-week more than 3 or 4%? If you take a measured move right now, from where the price of Bitcoin currently is to the 20-week, it's only 4% above it. So Ethereum could obviously move 10% on any day. This is any single day Ethereum can move, 10%. It can come up, it can go down. But what we want to see, right, is a sustained move back up. And in order for this to happen, I think that Bitcoin needs to be further away from its 20-week moving average. In addition, it needs to not be super bullish, right? It needs to either be moving sideways or slowly moving up. When Bitcoin is too volatile upwards or downwards, then this is when Ethereum does not tend to shine as well against Bitcoin. It might hold its USD value. It's still doing relatively well at 353, but as long as Bitcoin is flirting this close to the 20-week moving average, it's going to be harder for the Ethereum bulls to have the confidence to push it back up to 400, 450. Okay, and remember, during the last cycle, Bitcoin held the 20-week for quite a substantial period of time. So it was on the 20-week for, this is a monthly view. So if we auto this out, so if we look back at the last cycle when Bitcoin first held the 20-week, it was on the 20-week for approximately 4 months. Okay, now Ethereum did make a nice move during that time period. So we did see this. We saw a smaller move this cycle, where it moved up from the bottom here. If you look at, say, July, from July of 2019, it made a move against Ethereum that took it all the way up around 56%. Or sorry, July 19th of 2020. So this past summer, July 19th, 2020, it moved up approximately 56%. Now it's come back down. It's retraced approximately 17%. So I would say it's business as usual. If Bitcoin can get back up to a little bit higher, 11K to 12K, starts moving sideways, then I think Ethereum will be back in business. Let me know what you guys think about the content in the comment section below. If you guys like the content and want to get access to the premium list, you can access that at intothecryptoverse.com. You'll get access to weekly reports, weekly videos, a Telegram alerts channel, a private Telegram chat room, and the risk dashboard, which is what I use to trade. So check it out. You can pay with crypto and get a discount. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.